Welcome to the Disability News Report. I'm your host, Jennifer Price, and this is the Special Education Edition. So the question that I'm answering this week is, should teachers promote the use of AI technology or assisted technology for students with disabilities? I like this question because even though it's a purely opinionated question, it allows me to touch on a couple of different aspects to it. So assisted technology can come in many different forms. The most common form that I usually see is in the form of some sort of an iPad, whether it's an iPad where the student can where the student can maybe speak into it and it'll type the words out for him so he doesn't have to type or write, or whether it's an iPad for some sort of reading material. There are many different types of assistive technology, however. That I'm just using that as an example because I do see that very frequently. So there are a couple of different aspects. If a student is having a hard time accessing his education in the traditional format, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with a teacher promoting or encouraging assisted technology if that technology is going to help him or her to better access the educational curriculum and follow along and do well in class. Certainly, I am a proponent actually of encouraging the use of assisted technology where we can have a divide. Sometimes we, meaning myself and maybe some of my clients or myself and other people on this issue, is how long should the student use the assisted technology? That is really the big question. For me, it's not necessarily should they use it or should teachers encourage it, because I do think it has its benefits for sure. But I don't think that a student should get so used to the assistive technology that they then become dependent on the technology. So what I do when I talk to my clients, for instance, is I always encourage the use of assistive technology if they're interested in it, and I will certainly advocate for that if that's what the parent is looking for. However, I also want to make sure that I have a conversation with both the parent and the IEP team about setting up procedures or putting in procedures to sort of wean the student off, so to speak, the assisted technology. So while they are a great thing, I also am a big proponent of at some point having a discussion and a conversation about at what point in time will the student eventually begin to not rely on the assistive technology so much, and you begin to chip away to take away that assisted technology device. So I do think they should promote it because they do have their benefits, but I also think that there should be an expiration date on their use. Otherwise, you could have a child who then becomes an adult totally dependent, on the assisted technology device. So if you like that, thumbs up, share for sure. And if you have any comments, certainly leave a comment. If you have a question you'd like for me to answer, put it down in the comment button. I'll see you next week.